Alright, today we are reviewing the book Playground by Aron Beauregard. I was reading this book for a while. Today I decided to finish it off, read the final 160 pages of it. Obviously this is a splatterpunk, extreme horror, it kind of in its own category. This book, the premise of Playground is a rich elite woman, kind of in her own mansion, whatever. She can't produce children, and so she puts up this contest, and all her playground equipment that it's actually torture traps, to find her next basically adopted child she can have. So the story goes that she has her bodyguard Rock and kind of enforcer, goes out to the families and gives them this pamphlet. Oh, they're all financially struggling, so they see this offer. Oh, come test our playground equipment, you'll get rewarded for it. And so there's about 4 families. I don't remember a lot of the names in this story of the children and the parents. I couldn't put a face to it. The antagonist is Geraldine, the old woman, but that's the summary. So that's how it starts. All these the families, they grab their kids, they go to this compound, the mansion, and pretty soon the kids get taken to the giant playground area, and the parents are separated. They get locked in the fucking spy room where there's cameras and monitors and shit, and now the feed is tapped into the children. Now they're into the gauntlet. Basically, the survivor of these torture traps is going to be this Geraldine's next kid. That's the point of it. That's where it all comes from. This book, a lot of people, I think it reminds me of like early 2000s. You had like Doom. They wanted to cancel Doom because Columbine and Call of Duty, was too violent, and the kids are going to be shooters, whatever. So this, like, it seems like a book, and I think the online opinion of people who haven't read it, because it's about, the kids are being tortured on the playground equipment, like it needs to be canceled. Oh, it would cause this uproar. That's just what it sounds like to me. I don't think that's happening, but a lot of people, this is kind of this genre, the splatterpunk, extreme horror, whatever. People who don't read it, Playground, I think, is one they can latch onto as like, oh, it's so depraved, it's so fucked up. And while it is a fantasy story, fake at the end of, like, there's a distinction there. It is fake, gruesomeness, violence. It is not real. This is a made-up fantasy story. This is not real world occurrences, and I think most people can distinguish from that. That being said, as the gruesome, kind of really rough nature of this book takes its place, I mean, children do die, they get tortured, there's fucking guts on the wall, and kind of described in it's written very well, albeit Aron Beauregard. A lot of people, right, they want to criticism all this. They want to judge a book by its cover. Oh, how could you, read something like that? But if you actually open it up, you read it, this book it's well written. There's nothing, it's not too gratuitous is the right word, because the emotion of like how the story gets rolling, and then the kids have all their personalities and how it gets there, and of course you're going to hear the descriptions of the torture and the fucking guts and the gore. I mean, that's just a part of it, but it's all kind of has its place. It all kind of makes sense. I don't see where the criticism can be given to that. It's described well, written well. He doesn't use a lot of, with that, with the descriptions, I mean, they're all kind of unique in their own ways. Which body part, how the blood is flowing, but anyways, the story goes, it's mainly the plot is with the children and the kind of they're on the monkey bars. They have a seesaw trap. There's like a swing set across like a pit. A hopscotch one. That one was a hard scene. I couldn't visualize it. In my mind, like a hopscotch, and then there's a pit. So it must have been the only bridge of hopscotch, but I didn't really understand why they would fall in the pit if it's just a bridge. I didn't really get that one. Another thing that was just kind of goofy, you have these kids and they have to make it through these traps or whatever, but they are, how fucking kids are. They fucking start going at each other's necks. It's like, oh my god, you're all there to survive. And of course, you got the jock, kid, he's a prick, and then, but anyways, all of this is happening. It's interspliced with Geraldine and her little Nazi, the engineer who made these traps. They're in one room, kind of with the cameras. The parents are in another, and her bodyguard is in the room with the parents. A couple bad things happen to the parents in there, and of course they're visually saying, oh my god, these are my fucking children dying. So they're losing their mind, please let me out. And how, you know, they solve that is interesting, and it culminates in a pretty, you know, poetic ending. Happy, not happy, sad. And overall, I mean, I'm glad I read this book. I'd probably give it a, I mean, 3.7 out of 5. It was enjoyable a bit. I didn't feel I had to slog through it. I clearly read a last bit before I finished it, but it kind of gives you a glimpse into Aron Beauregard. He, like the Slob, they're kind of both in their same category of just this gruesome, just extreme descriptions, this kind of gross out. I think that's why it's splatterpunk. It's very gross out. And of course, it's very disturbing, very fucked up. I mean, look at the subject matter alone. Kids fucking going to be tortured on a playground equipment. But that all being said, it is written well, and it's not too out of place. It makes sense in the story and where it comes from, all that. And there's a meme with this book, page 40. There's a bumper sticker or something, I survived page 40 of Playground. And albeit that page is pretty deranged, fucked up, disturbing, but there's another scene, kind of some backstory into Geraldine, the old woman's character, about how she develops this very strange, let's just say, attraction to her mother's body, and then it just goes into that scene, and what she does about it is, that's fucked up. That's a contender for just the roughness in this book, along with the strewn guts and the fucking backstabbing and all this other shit. But read it online, don't have it with me, but that's Playground by Aron Beauregard. I'll have to check out the Slog probably next, and I'll know what I'm getting into. He definitely, I can see the vision and how he writes this, and you know, this is a pretty ultimate splatterpunk experience. It doesn't get much more gruesome, shock out, crazy as this is. Not full brutal, but Playground is kind of on its similar level of mountain with it. You know, that's unique in its own way, but I enjoyed it more, but I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. But yeah, that's Playground by Aron Beauregard. I don't know what drew me to it specifically, this story. You know, I remember catching glimpses of the Slob, but I've finished Playground now. A 300-page book, pretty short, but yeah, we'll see what happens next, but yeah. Pretty just fucked up, deranged, elite fucking, you know, mind game, throwing your kids on the fucking seesaw of death. And the parents didn't know this, of course, but yeah, that's Playground.